The traditional calipers that grace most road bikes at the moment work fantastically well in the dry. When it's wet, however, they can be hit and miss. So here's how to slow down as fast as possible when it's raining. First and foremost, we know that slowing down will take longer, so give yourself more room to do it. Give yourself more space when approaching road junctions, and take longer slowing down into corners. You don't have to creep up to stop signs, but drag your brakes on before to clear excess water off the rims. This will mean that when you do need to slow down quickly, your brakes will be more effective. So give yourself the time and space to do this. Brakes drying out and becoming more effective can in itself be the cause of another problem though. As roads have less grip when they're wet, losing the modulation and control of dry brakes can cause you to skid. Be gentle when pulling the brakes on then, even if they're taking a while to become fully effective. This is particularly apparent with the front brake. In dry conditions there's virtually no risk of losing traction at the front, but in the wet, a grabby brake could do just that. When it comes to the brakes themselves, make sure that you have plenty of rubber left on the pads, as wet rims really increase the rate at which they wear. The sound of metal on metal is a common one and a costly one. For your brakes to be the most effective in the wet, it's better to use aluminium rims as opposed to carbon. Or rather, carbon rims themselves aren't too bad, but the cork pads you need to use are really not that good. Most pro riders still race on their carbon wheels in the wet, so they're clearly not that bad, but for the best performance, a metal rim is preferable. The other way of getting the best out of your brakes in the wet is to make sure that the cables are running smoothly. Excess drag in the system is unpleasant, but not exactly problematic in dry conditions. However, in the rain, the lack of feel and modulation that you get with sticky cables means that you can lose a significant amount of control. Old cables give brakes an on or off feel, which can be really dangerous, particularly when descending close to the limit. Two fundamental issues with riding dirt roads on road bikes: a lack of traction from loose surfaces and narrow, slick tyres, and possible rocks, holes and other obstacles that need to be avoided for fragile